So this is current as of September 2024. So the state investigation into the Dr. Jerome McNeil Jr. Juvenile Detention Center in Dallas, Texas was a pivotal moment, or is a pivotal moment, in understanding the mistreatment of minors in juvenile facilities. Investigators found that juveniles were placed in prolonged isolation, sometimes for 24 hours at a time, with no access to basic needs like education, outdoor activities, or even proper hygiene. The facility staff falsified observation logs, attempting to conceal these abusive practices. These actions not only violated state laws, but also raised severe ethical and legal concerns about how youth are treated within the juvenile justice system. This case shines a light on the broader systematic issues that plague juvenile detention centers across the country. It underscores the critical need for oversight, accountability, and reform to ensure that these institutions align with their legal obligations to provide humane care and rehabilitation. The investigation's findings resonate profoundly with the concepts discussed in Delinquency in Society, particularly the role of juvenile detention as a rehabilitative tool rather than a punitive one. The textbook stresses that minors in the justice system are entitled to humane treatment, rehabilitation opportunities, and access to education, none of which are upheld in this case. The stark contrast between the theoretical framework of juvenile rights and the real-world abuses uncovered in the Dallas Detention Center highlights a significant gap in this system. Facilities like this one, which are meant to protect and rehabilitate young offenders, can sometimes devolve into environments of neglect and abuse when oversight is inadequate. This investigation brings to life the critical importance of legal safeguards and ethical principles that guides juvenile justice practices. From a broader perspective, this case is not just about the failings of one particular facility, but about the systematic issues that continue to exist in juvenile justice as a whole. These findings of the investigation emphasize the urgent need for reform and stricter enforcement of regulations to prevent the violation of minors' rights. This real-world example deepens the understanding of the material delinquency in society, showing how the failure to adhere to legal standards in juvenile detention can lead to devastating outcomes for young people. It serves as a stark reminder that the justice system not only met the bare minimum legal requirements, but must also prioritize the well-being, rights, and rehabilitation of youth in custody. The Dallas Detention Center case exemplifies the urgent need for systematic change in the way we handle juvenile delinquency. It brings into focus how critical it is for facilities to be more than just places of detention. They must be environments where young offenders are given the opportunity to reform and grow in a humane, supportive setting. This incident reinforces the textbook's arguments about the need for institutional accountability and ethical treatment within the justice system, bringing the gap between theory and the often tragic realities faced by the vulnerable youth.